And welcome to a World of Warcraft video. I am so excited to make a video about this. I am beyond excited to look at the Dragonflight preview on Eye on Professions. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Party PD, and I craft a lot in World of Warcraft. I have 15 active tunes right now, crafting and gathering almost every single day of my World of Warcraft career. And I just went through this notes very quickly. I didn't read everything about it, and I am beyond excited for the Dragonflight crafting season. This literally encompasses something that I have been hoping for ages, and they finally went into it with thick reviews and every bit of information that somebody like me who yearns to be a crafter in World of Warcraft as a full-time thing, as a profession. This is something that is going to make it extremely interesting and beyond fun to do. So I'm going to make this video. It's going to be long, and I hope you guys enjoy it because, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So right off the first thing, alright, Dragonflight with full development in swing. Soon you'll get a chance to try out the new updated profession system. Before diving in, they have 3 main points that they wanted to talk about. So the first thing that we already saw very early into the Dragonflight videos was the crafting orders. Now, when the crafting orders came out, my first thought was, well, what happens when somebody wants to make a crafting order for something, say, Shadowlands, Burning Crusade, Cataclysm? Alright, crafting orders don't exist for those. Crafting orders, according to the first line here, is for almost any Dragon Isles crafting recipe using the AH-like interface, which, as you can see, looks much cleaner and more crisp. And you can also see some of the materials that we're going to be using, like Dragon Seared Alloy and Trivite ore. Yeah, there's a lot. So, there is some stuff that we have to talk about when it comes to this crafting order that might not have been covered at the very beginning of the introduction video. So the first thing is that there are 3 options for who can fulfill your order. You can set it to anybody available, anyone in existence, or you can set it to guild member only crafting or a specific individual. So if you're on Anvil Mar Undermine, by all means, send all your crafting orders to me. I'm also going to be doing crafting on Illidan, so if you want me to work with your team in Illidan, by all means, I'll do that too. But tradable reagents can be provided by you or the crafter, being me, while certain reagents can only be provided by one or the other, meaning if you wanted to make a soulbound item and you sent in the crafting order for a soulbound item, and there might be a soulbound reagent that you will have to get in order to make said soulbound item. Because crafting orders work with soulbound items now as, say, I wanted to make Sulphurous, I guess, because that's the closest thing to Sulphurous. So somebody puts in the crafting order to get Sulphurous, and then you realize that Sulphurous's fragments are only soulbound. So that means you would have to get the fragments, and then you would fill the crafting order. Simple as that. You can also customize your order further using the optional reagents. Like they talked about in the video, many things will work exactly like the missives, similar to Shadowlands. So for instance, you could have a missive that will increase it by X amount for crit and haste, basically, or you could have it to be mastery and main stat, I guess. I highly doubt main stat's gonna be in there. But basically, once you're done finalizing the order, you'll be offering a commission and pay a small posting fee and then send it off. If you don't offer a commission, you know, if you put all the stuff in there, I just craft it anyway. And then, you know, I put the signature Party PD touch. Crafters can view the orders, fill in any missing reagents, and craft the item, and then collect the commission, minus the small AH fee, which is now the Artisan's Consortium. Someone's going to correct me on that. The finished item will then be delivered to you in the mail. This is, I'm just beyond excited for just the crafting order thing alone. The crafting order thing alone is actually insane. By the way, this guy who is in the alpha has 1 mil. Very funny. Very funny. If anybody remembers this expansion, you probably don't have a lot of gold on you. If you bought stuff out of your alpha the AH, which I made money off of people doing that, so I'm not going to complain. On the other hand of the transaction as a crafter, this will be a great way for you to earn gold, increase your skill, and most importantly, help craft for your friends and guildmates. If you focus on quality and customer service, you might end up with a following of your own, and customers can lock in a steady business. Ooh, I love hearing that, dude. Steady business. Like, dude. Oh, I'm so excited to be a crafter for World of Warcraft. This is so good. So good. Profession specializations. Each profession will allow you to specialize in your crafting and gathering professions once you've reached a high enough skill. So, for example, you can go all the way up to 150 blacksmithing, but then, instead of going into just full blacksmithing, you could go into blacksmithing with specialization weaponsmith, or blacksmithing with specialization armorsmith. That's basically what it sounds like they're throwing out here, because you can earn various specialization points through activities and spend them on permanently increasing different areas of your profession. So this means you can specialize in possibly more than 2 things in one profession. Because I was looking at it, right? Alchemists, they have buff pots, they have battle pots, and based on what we're going to talk about later, they have skilling pots. Pots that can make your skills more effective. Oh man, this is so good. I am so excited. Crafting with quality. So much like how there's rare, uncommon, common, mythic, and legendary, or epic, pardon. Instead of that, there's now tier 1 through 5, which as you could see follows just about the same color scheme. But as you can also see here, the equivalent would be crafting like a 272, 274, 277, 280 at quality 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In cases, the goal is to have the quality matter enough for you to achieve higher qualities without having the gains be so large and the quality versions do not feel worthwhile. For crafted items such as potions, this is what got me crazy. This is what got me crazy when I read this. For crafted items such as consumables that have quality, the effects of quality are varied. For most, a higher quality will result in a more potent effect. In some cases, it might come in other forms of variation such as a longer duration. More charges. That's what I read, was more charges. Potions will have charges. Note that there's an exception to low quality versions of these items, as they will sell for less, but this will provide a niche for those who don't want to spend a lot of gold to be able to make use of the full suit for crafted items. This will also be cheaper to craft lower quality versions of these for a variety of reasons. As you can see here, I don't know what Frozen Focus does, but look at that. We get a new vial too. We get Draconic Vial and Awakened Frost. All right, this was another thing that caught me off guard. Inspiration. Now, inspiration we'll talk about later down the line, but you can see here that there are crafting reagents that increase your inspiration. Now, when I was reading through it, inspiration is actually something that increases the RNG chance of making something better while also increasing your skill specifically through that department. So for an example, if I use some brood salt and ended up trying to make a leather armor piece, because you can see it says many Dragon Isles alchemy and armor pieces. Leather, that is. So say if I tried to make the Umberhide helmet, but you know, whatever the Dragonflight equivalent would be. Inspiration would give you an RNG chance of not only increasing your skill by a multiplicative amount of numbers, but also increasing the quality of the item based on RNG. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You may not have Titan Forging back, but we crafters have Titan Forging, and that is insane. God, I love Titan Forging so much, and now crafters have Titan Forging. Whoa, baby, this is good. Lastly, note that not all reagents will have quality. The core reagents gathered by primary gathering professions like mining, skinning, etc., herbalism, will have qualities such as reagents crafted by the professions in counterparts of cloth boots and metal alloys. Other reagents such as meat, cloth, fish, and elements. Elements. Spooky. That can be gathered by anybody will not have quality. determining the quality via the crafting process. There are two main scenarios that need to be looking at here. The recipe difficulty will determine how hard it is to craft a recipe at a higher quality. The difficulty will also change when you include optional reagents, either increasing or decreasing it as a result of what the item could be, either significantly or insignificantly. Your crafting skill is based on the skill of your profession in the baseline, the Dragon Isles tailoring, but being modified with a variety of factors. This was something that I went crazy as soon as I realized that alchemists probably will have buffing potions that will make your crafting even more potent, including the quality of reagents you use. Finishing reagents, profession gear with skill bonuses, because we already saw this actually in the preview video. They had the profession gear that when you mined a rock, you switched into your mining gear. When you skinned something, you switch into your skinning gear. It's going to be the same thing for crafting. You use your skinning gear to make a better piece of leather armor. Ooh, baby, this is insane. Gear with profession skill bonuses, various bonuses provided by consumables. That means that alchemists are actually going to be able to make potions that increase your skilling potential, meaning that not only alchemists, they will have the ability to make hard potions as like buff potions, oils, etc., battle potions such as the strength, int, and stat potions. They will also have the ability to make skilling potions, which increases the potency of a skill at which you're using at that point in time. So this is even crazier on top of that, because now alchemists technically have a full trifecta of what is actually in their crafting wing, which is insane. That means crafters have so much to work with. I hope to God I'm recording this video. I am indeed recording this video. I'm so hyped for this. This is going to be such a long video. Anyway, as you can see in this image below, your crafting UI will make it clear based on all factors of the quality of the item you expect to craft at. You can see it right here. Look at all this crap you could craft. There's actually some weapons that looks like it's in the leatherworking stuff. There's professions and tools. There are tools! Draconium pickaxe! Oh, God, I love that word, draconium. There's draconium in RuneScape, as you can see here in the bottom right. Draconium already exists in a different game, so I'm already extremely hype about what draconium could actually be in the Dragonflight universe. As you craft an item, there's a small amount of randomness. Titan Forge, added to your skill roll to represent the natural variation in your crafting execution. In addition, if you have any inspiration, which is a new crafting stat, you have a chance to become inspired, gaining a significant amount of bonus and skill. This means that you may do better than you expected, but never worse, meaning Titan Forging. In the end, your crafting skill will be compared against the recipe difficulty. If that skill is higher than the difficulty, you will craft the item at maximum quality. Otherwise, the quality depends on where your skill falls comparatively. Ooh, baby! I have never been so fucking turned on for this. God, crap, this is great! In addition to your primary crafting skill, there are several crafting stats can be affecting in the Dragon Isles recipes, which can increase your gear and specialize towards. These stats are as followed. Inspiration, which we talked about very early, but now we can actually talk about in full-fledged. Inspiration is for those of you who love rolling the dice and getting lucky on some bonus quality Titan Forging. It's also a way to craft items at a higher quality than your natural skill and specialization, which would allow you to get lucky. Titan Forge! Resourcefulness. You have X% chance to use fewer tradable reagents such as ore if you are trying to squeeze out every inch of profit from using all your maximum amount of draconium ore. Then this is the stat for you. You can maximize your output and input gain by making it have a different... I'll be right back. That was just the dogs, so sorry about that. You probably heard them very briefly. I'm excited as they're excited, so you know, it can't be helped. Resourcefulness. You can get everything out of your piece of ore. Every little inch, every nugget, every coin. You can extract an extra bit. Multi-craft. This was something that was in the Burning Crusade. This is something back in BFA, and we're near back in Dragonflight. It's going to be multi-craft potions. We have long loved the feeling of seeing extra craft items from various potions like Potion Master in Burning Crusade and Dragonflight and BFA when we ended up having crafting back in BFA, people making the multi-pots for your potions of Unbridled Fury, your stat potions and your flasks. Everything like that occurred there. So that's insane. This is another extremely huge bonus to have for the crafting universe. Multi-craft cements this as a permanent crafting stat for those of you who love crafting just that little bit extra. So this stat in particular is going to be huge for potion crafting as well as cooking. I imagine cooking is going to be involved in this extra bonus as well. But here's this other stat that's actually more insane for cooking, because if you guys know, cooking this season has been horrendous. Crafting in general has been horrendous. Have you ever sat in front of your G-Bang crafting armor kits for 3.5 hours? I have. Crafting speed. Crafting is X% faster for those who mass produce crafts for the auction house or just want to save a few seconds. Crafting speed is a helpful stat that allows you to craft it a little bit faster. So no more sitting in front of the AEH, sitting in front of the bank for 3.5 hours crafting heavy desolate leather kits. You can literally make your heavy desolate leather kits at X% quicker. That's another huge thing. Quality philosophy. So this is right where I stopped reading. Many players want to craft the best of the best. With that in mind, we want to share a bit about our philosophy for crafting and difficulty tuning for recipes. For many early and lower tier recipes such as leveling gear, starter pots, and more, right as you learn them, your general crafting skill may be low enough that you could tend to craft the lowest quality. These recipes aren't meant to be difficult though. As many other things through crafting, guys, you start crafting at level 0 or level 1. So you'll earn your way back up through the crafting universe. You just can't stay at the bottom. You have to continually produce the higher qualities. On the other hand, many recipes for the high-end items, particularly gear with powerful optional reagents and top-tier consumables, will be extremely difficult to craft at the highest quality. In fact, the goal of these situations is that the best of the best can make them at the highest quality, only using every tool at your disposal, which means not only does this mean that you are going to be crafting against a race of time, other people who are trying to do the exact same thing, but you need to put in this physical effort in order to make sure that you, put out the best quality item you possibly can do. What this means in practice is that you want to craft the most difficult items at max quality. For example, a chest with an item level equivalent to that of mythic raids. Yes, this will be possible. You will likely need the specialized gear with all the maximized specialized crafting type. On top of that, the top quality reagents, but both required and optional, all of which you would require extremely skilled gatherers and crafters as well. This is huge. Literally, there's people talking about the fact you can make a crafting guild. That's literally what this is about. I would love to run a crafting guild. This is insane. Use the best profession gear you can find, which will also likely require higher specialized crafters to make, which means that if you want to make the best item in the game, you probably will have to turn around and also make the best item in the game from somebody else helping you make that best item in the game. You have to be able to do everything possible. Why is this guy telling me to stop hitting his piñata? There we go. On top of that, you would need neither to craft with the luck of inspiration, Titan Forge, or use a valuable finishing product that boosts the skill to guarantee the item at top quality. In other words, take the contribution. As many skilled crafters and gatherers, as well as some luck as extra resources to use the items best at their highest quality, which means a crafting guild is literally something that could happen, because then you could have people going and gathering almost every single day, and then the crafters take the materials just like in the real universe. There's people who go out there and get the wood, and then people that bring the wood in and turn it into the house that you're currently staying in. The goal here is to make sure that you are crafting the best of the best, or have it crafted for you, with no small feat, and one to be proud of. We want to emphasize that you will rely on luck. Oh, baby. Party Pete's a very lucky man. I can expend luck all the time, baby. I'm a very lucky man. Luck can be much help of you if you want to focus on inspiration, but it is never necessary, which means it's always necessary. We also hope this means that crafting the highest quality turns out to be very lucrative, while also being something at a large guild could coordinate on their own, aka a crafting guild. Dun dun dun. Please note that the goal is not to have high-end gear cost anything remotely approaching the top as legendaries and Shadowlands. How dare you? I made a lot of gold. Legendaries and Shadowlands. In general, we don't expect the base reagents to be nearly as expensive. Lower your expectations, I think, to be honest, because people like myself exist in the world where we will flip the market. And we exist because that's how we did it in RuneScape. That's how we do it here. I love doing it. Even if for a time only a few players can make the best items at highest quality, getting an item crafted at the lower quality will be much more achievable. Lower quality items will also be significantly less powerful in contrast to the legendaries of Shadowlands. Finally, you will be able to get lower quality equipment recrafted to a higher quality, more skilled craftable, more reagents, more details forthcoming of recrafting. Oh, baby. I have never been more excited than I am today about all this crafting stuff. Skilling philosophy. In Dragonflight, you will gain skill in your profession similar to the way that we have in the past. There will be one main difference, though, through primary crafting professions. Instead of needing max to learn all the recipes, you will only need to skill up about halfway. The intent is that you won't need to rush out your max profession skill, even though World First for crafting exists. But instead, you can slow down halfway, content in knowing that you learn any recipe that you get your hands on, and it should also mean that you are filling crafting orders for others, making useful items for yourself, your guild, or to sell, and that you will continue to gain skill. Finally, it should mean many fewer items will be made just to skill up, thus flooding the market and diminishing their value. See, now that's the thing, though, is that people will still do it regardless, myself included. This is also true because much of the latter half of your profession skill will be earned through crafting high-end items and require soulbound reagents. Since as an individual crafter you cannot earn these on your own to max professions, you will often need to fill orders in order to maximize your skill. So this is one of the first times that you actually have to turn to a friend and be like, hey, I'm phoning a friend here. I would like to help craft this. And then you're like, all right, cool. This is good. I like this. This is part of the crafting order thing we talked about at the very beginning, that they're going to be able to upgrade your crafting level through this crafting profession system. I love this system. Dragonflight's making crafting so much more fun to do. But now it means that I probably can't raid anymore because I'm going to be crafting full time. Anyway, let's see. It's 3:30. Well, I've been in this video for a long time. Powerful Dragonflight crafted equipment. In Dragonflight, you will find many recipes for extreme powerful crafting and equipment. In fact, every primary profession can craft one or more pieces, all of which can work under a shared system under the following attributes. Up to 5 of these crafted pieces can be equipped at once, with two-handed weapons counting as well. Dude, we can make elite weapons. Mythic Weppy boys. Mythic Weppy boys. All of them start at an item level range near normal rates, increasing with quality, though through earned optional reagents, they can be brought up to heroic and mythic levels, making... Oh my god, the crafting guild thing is real. We could actually get a crafting guild in this universe, ladies and gentlemen. This... Oh my god, my heart can't take it. All are soulbound. So, you'll need to craft them yourself or have somebody craft them through a crafting order, and each piece crafted equipment will require several types of soulbound reagents that you will need to earn to craft it and improve further with optional reagents. One reagent will come with various challenging activities, including raids, PvP, adventuring, and outdoor areas. You will need to earn a fair amount of this reagent to craft a piece of equipment for more significant pieces. You will also use this reagent to construct a optional reagent to bring this equipment up to the heroic raid item level. So I think what's happening here, if you guys remember from BFA, they had the crafting sanguicell, and you needed sanguicell in order to make a feast. One of the better feasts. So this kind of feels exactly like how BFA had sanguicell, that you could possibly get stuff from doing raids, dungeons, or PvP. You can get the equivalent of getting a sanguicell and using it to craft in there. To upgrade this equipment around mythic item level, you will need to acquire that can only be obtained from the highest level of content, meaning mythic raids, the highest levels of mythic plus, and highly rated PvP. Ooh, PvP. Not only do you guys get your fancy elite mods now, but you're also going to fund the crafting universe. Oh my goodness, so PvPers can actually make gold now. That's crazy. I don't have to see these tweets about Noodle not being able to afford a legendary for the next 3.5 years. He'll be able to actually get high tier crafting PvP items and then put them on the market so he can afford his 16th legendary. I love you, Noodle. Please don't at me. Philosophically, the goal of this system is to have professions be a meaningful source of high-end gear, elevating the importance of value and professions. As a crafter, you'll need to go through a significant effort to gain the skill, specialization, and recipes necessary to craft this gear, and it should be well worth it. As a user of this gear, you will also need to go out and acquire many reagents yourself. The soulbound reagents are designed to provide a means of deterministic incremental process towards gear of your choice while doing the activities of your choice. In addition, the quest acquired reagent mentioned above will limit how quickly you can acquire this high-end crafting gear, which means crafting guilds will exist connected to race to world first guilds because they will be raiding mythic on farm in order to get these crafted pieces. So a crafting guild is actually something that can easily happen. This will prevent it from being an overwhelming other sources of gear while giving you the freedom to choose from where and how quickly you want to acquire these reagents. Alchemy and files in the Dragon Isles. Wow, that's a good rhyme. You will find many strange and wondrous concoctions to discover during your alchemical experimentations of Dragonflight. One of these is the standardization of the file, used as an innovative replacement for the flask. Files work very similar to flasks, lasting through death and counting both as a battle elixir and guardian elixir. The main difference is that they tend to require half the reagents to craft and last half as long. Oh, so it's only 30 minutes, but 2 can be drunk together to get the duration of a flask for extra flexibility. Oh, okay. The reason this flexibility is beneficial is that a wide variety of files can be discovered with each their own unique uses. Oh no. That means that when we make people's flasks, they're going to want flasks that give them evasion. Oh. Okay, this is interesting. This is a lot more actually. Ooh. The experienced adventurer may find that they may want to switch files from battle to battle, hence the added flexibility of the shorter duration. Just a few of the many options can be seen below. Numbers very not much final. Increase verse by 72. Let's see. Remaining stationary increases your int by 240. Movement consumes the effect, granting 500 speed. Whoa, Jesus. Your intellect is increased by 225 while standing at least 10 yards from allies. So that's a little bit of a terror brew that they took from there. Note that the wide variety of files that you want to why is that? Whatever. The files that you want to consider, you may not find a cauldron recipe for files in the Dragon Isles, but you will find one of the most powerful craftable potions. You will find one for the most powerful craftable potions. You may finally wonder about alchemists and file duration. No, not to worry. Alchemists will choose the specializations, and files will discover the secret of making files last significantly longer for them. So pretty much how we already have alchemy right now, but better. This is just the start of what we have planned for professions in Dragonflight. Check back here on the official site for more as we progress through development. Thank you for reading. Chat, YouTube, everybody. I can't. I actually can't. I'm like... Oh, I actually can't believe it, guys. This is so good. I am so excited for crafting in Dragonflight. I have never been more excited to be a World of Warcraft player, because this is the most craziest thing I have ever seen in World of Warcraft history. I can't wait for them to put more stuff out. I can't wait. I hope I get alpha. I need alpha at this point. There's so much potential data that I could extract from this. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We're going to scroll all the way up here just so I can get a nice thumbnail. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. There's only so much I could take. But this is insane. I can't wait for Dragonflight. Oh. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I am looking forward to making another one for Dragonflight crafting. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time for some more World of Warcraft action. This is Party PD, signing off.